I thought it was incredible. I mean, again, it's just so interesting when people ask me for picks. I'm always just like, I'm the least interesting prognosticator ever because I'm like, start at the world number one and go down from there. But I did say for the Masters, Rory and Bryson, just because they draw their drivers as righties, are
Hmm.
always going to be solid picks there. And so it really was just interesting watching it unfold and just like I normally don't say like I don't like the saying horses for courses. Oh well, Tiger won at Bay Hill however many times and Torrey. I'm like, well, he's really, really good. And so yes, there's a few courses he won a lot on. Tell me the similarities between Bay Hill, Torrey, and Firestone, because if there are any, then sure. Then but they're not similar. I mean, they're
Right.
literally in completely opposite parts of the country, even like
Hmm.
different greens.
Yeah, it's not
Like
like they're all in California or anything.
yeah, I mean the dude's just really good at golf, but anyone who hammers the ball right to left, which is normally going to be a lefty or an anomaly of a right-handed player in the modern game, which Rory's a unicorn with the driver, and Bryson's a unicorn with the driver because he's got such a weak left-hand grip that then he's trying to snap hook it as hard as he can, and because of his the way he's got his, I mean, honestly, what he's trying to do is get his joints to the end range of motion to where they can't go further. And then that's why his grip is so weak. And then he's just trying to swing as hard as he can and snap hook it. And it's just from the positions he's in, he's can't. And so it's just a really unique way to go about it. Again, as a right-handed player in the modern game, to hammer a draw is definitely weird. And so it's just so obvious that those guys are going to do good there, especially when they are really good anyways and playing good coming into it. But I really enjoyed watching Rory win. There's just,
So
the
good.
number of head scratcher things and kind of lucky breaks he got. I would love to know what he was really trying to do on 11. The fact that that pitch out didn't go into the water was pretty mind-boggling that it stopped where it did. He looked like he got a little bit of a bad kick off that one hump, but also I bet you he was trying to get that ball further left on the green than he should be.
Hmm.
And again, I'm not on team. Let's rag on Harry. Harry Diamond, that is his caddy. You can't put a value on having your best friend on the bag either. Do I
Hmm.
think they could make some better committed decisions? I absolutely do. You also can't put a value on the other intangible that Harry brings. So I'm not on team. I'm not on team. Let's fire Harry, but I am definitely on team. Hey guys, let's make a few better decisions because number 13, he should be hammering driver straight at the trees. And if he happens to pull it, again, what I mean by that always is if you were aiming your driver at a tree on the far end of the tee box, theoretically, half the time you should miss it left of that, your target. So you aim it at the trees, you hit it as hard as you can. If you happen to pull it, you're going to have 6 or 7 iron into that green. If you happen to block it, those trees are so sparse and you
Hmm.
have 160 yards across because you can utilize all of 14 also. There's no way you can't lay it up unless you are just dead stymied. You can't lay it up to inside 100. So he should just be roasting driver every time.
Let's talk
So I
about
don't
13 because that
understand.
was hard. That was hard to watch. So you think so? Like you said, 11 was so nobody messed up on 12. By the way, this year, I feel like there was no historic
They're
like.
finally understanding the most basic course management thing ever. I mean, at this point, if anyone takes on that flag ever again, it's just like, whatever, dude. I mean, there's too many holes left to try to force something on that hole. I mean,
Hmm.
you've got
Two par
13, 14,
fives.
15, 16. Like, aside from 18, and 18 even, honestly, is can be birdie. Birdie hole, I hate that word no matter what. But you can literally birdie the last 6 holes and
Hmm.
or even better.
Hmm.
Um, and so it's just like this is just not the place to force it.
Yeah. So
10, 11,
13.
12 are just not the places to try to force anything. I don't care how many back you are.
When he made birdie on 10, though, I like was doing stuff on my laptop. I was kind of just like watching, but multitasking is like, he's 3, 4 shot lead. Like, I don't think he's going to screw this up. And then 13 happened. So he took 3 wood right off the tee. Why isn't he? Did you see any mini drivers, by the way? I know we've talked about those
I
in the
swear to God,
past.
I fell asleep when they were on 10. Until you just said that, I didn't even know he birdied 10. I
Yeah.
literally didn't. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that. I fell asleep on 10, woke up when they were on 13, but I didn't see what was going on.
Hmm.
I just woke up to 100 text messages, literally. And I just closed my eyes and hit reverse and just rewound it all the way back. And someone had texted me that ball should have gone in the water on 11. So that's what I rewound it to was
Hmm.
11. I actually did not even go back and see 10. And then tried to do everything I could to get caught up so I could comment on Instagram. And like what you say, I did a live. Como called me. He's like, "We got to go live." I'm like, "Hold on, dude. I'm catching up." I'm like probably 10 minutes behind still. And then once we started it, we realized he was 10 or 15 seconds behind me on the live feed. And I was just like, "Oh, this is never going to work, man. I can't keep my mouth quiet going, 'Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet?'" So we tried for a second and then punted that.
So he should have hit driver, you think? Is that the play on 13, like you said, just because then
100%.
if you're going
Yeah.
through, so then the second shot, okay, so he hits the 3 wood. It was a
And
good
that's what,
photo.
just for
Yeah.
everyone listening at home, if you're going to play, like, if you can't get home on a par five and you're choosing to play it as a three-shot hole,
Hmm.
obviously is rule if you can't get home. Okay, cool. Maybe do whatever you want off the tee. You should still probably just be playing with proper tee shot strategy.
Hmm.
But if it's a hole like that where you can get a 6 or 7 iron in, I mean, he can get it down there to
Yeah.
200-ish, I would think. Um, because I agree, like hitting a hanging lie 230 iron into that green, not not ideal, especially with that front light pin. There's just so much that can go wrong and not a whole lot that can go right, even though it is a huge green. I have no problem with his layup once he chose to play it as a three-shot hole. But yes, he should be hammering driver there, reassessing after the tee shot, which takes a lot of patience. If he hits it to the spot where Phil is and he's only 210, he's on pine straws.
Hmm.
Do you have the courage to just go ahead and, you know what, I was going to play it as a three-shot hole. This didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and I'm not going to screw this up because
Hmm.
I have a lead. Like
Right.
the only thing I can't do here is screw this up. And so I don't understand. I mean, I do not understand the third shot there, obviously, or the
W-
second shot into
Did you hear
18.
him
It
in
just,
the afterwards talk about where he was aiming
yeah,
though?
I mean, he said
What?
he has
Like
a
he's
tendency
like,
to pull those shots and whatever. Like,
which you do,
I
but
assume,
why would you even be near that flag? Like there's
well,
30 feet
and that's kind of
left.
the point is like, I assume that doesn't mean you pull it 100% of the time. I assume like you have a miss that is a pull if whatever happens in your swing.
Yeah.
Well, we don't we don't adjust for it even at 30%. Let's say he does that 30% of the time. We don't call into account for the fact I might pull this 30% of the time. You just have a good solid target 3 4 yards left of that pin. And if you happen to pull it, oh well. But if you
Hmm.
happen to hit the shot that he hit, you stuff it. And if you happen to hit a good shot, you've got 10 to 15 feet probably for birdie, which
Hmm.
is a pretty good thing to do with a 2 or 3 shot lead, whatever he had at the time. Like,
That was it was hard. It was literally, I mean, I got gray hairs watching that. I know a lot of people felt the stress, how he closed and kind of what happened on the last few because 15, arguably the greatest, was that 4 or 5 iron I've ever seen. That
7 iron.
was that what it was, that a seven?
7 from 215 or something. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know why I
I'm
thought it
pretty
was
sure.
a
I could be
longer.
wrong on
Yeah,
that. I'm
no,
pretty sure
I
that was a
think it
7
was
iron.
actually. You're right because I remember thinking, wow, he better nuke this thing. Obviously, he had a lot of adrenaline, but I mean, that's such a hard shot. Like, what are the
Oh God.
chances? I know you're the stats guy. What are the realistic chances of getting a shot from what 215, 220 to 5 feet, something like that?
Again, since I'm not on Twitter, the only time I ever see Lou's feed is from when like Zaire Golf or somebody
Hmm.
repost and I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like each shot was one in whatever thousand chance on
Oh, I saw
15,
this post.
16, and
Yeah.
17. Yeah, and when you did the math of this, there's a few holes I would punch in it, but it's really, 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 really rare that you would hit 3 consecutive shots as good as those were. But I say all the time, winning requires luck.
I thought
There
about
is
you the whole tournament with that when he was getting all the
there
breaks.
is zero doubt Rory thought his ball was in the front bunker on 17. And
Mm.
it was so obviously in the front bunker because he finally just like gave up. Like he gave like go, go, and then he finally just gave it like, oh, I can't believe I did that. And then it goes to, 2.5, 3 feet. That that whether that was the wind laying down, the ball knuckling a little bit because he caught it a little high in the face, like whatever
Hmm.
it was, that ball for sure carried about 5 yards further than he expected. And, those guys are so good. Do they hit the number they think they did every time? No, but after impact, if you said, how far is that going? They're within a yard or two.
Hmm.
Because even when I was just hitting balls, I don't use my quad with range balls other than to play this game because I know that the numbers it's actually spitting out with range balls aren't accurate, but I do at impact watch it and then I try to guess the number just so
Hmm.
I'm getting a feel. And dude, I'm within a yard every time. Like, so it doesn't matter what I was trying to hit it, but like once I've hit it,
Hmm.
I'm within a yard or two tops basically every single time. And so Rory for sure thought he hit that 5 yards shorter than he did, which means either the wind laid down or gusted up to help him those.
Mhm.
It's just very convenient, in my opinion. Again, Rory, love you. Really, I was rooting for you the whole way. That was the most emotional. Like that was by far the coolest golf tournament I can remember watching. And I even posted just from recency bias. I went back and watched the final round of 2019,
Mm,
like the full telecast again
nice.
the next day because I'm like, I just want to see what this was like. And it was
Hmm.
like, yeah, this is cool, but God dang, that entire back nine was just so wheels off with just big leads, no leads, big lead, no lead. Just like that was unbelievable, man.
It
And
was,
then
dude.
on 18
What happened
from
on 18?
125,
Please, please talk us through this. So he hit a great shot. I mean, clutch, feeling good. He had 125. I didn't see the green sheet, but what? The pin wasn't more than, I mean, that decade target's pretty much right at it from 125. It wasn't more than six
well,
left, was
no, but
it?
so that green is 17 yards wide,
Okay.
and then it is from once you get over the false front to kind of the top of the ridge, you've
You
got
got,
about 15 or 16 yards.
and if it
So he
hits there, it's
literally
going to spin
has
back.
but I mean, so he literally has a zone out there 17 yards wide and 15 yards deep
Hmm.
that if he hits it in, he wins. And yes, if you favor the right quartile, so if you've got the middle of the green and the right edge of the green,
Hmm.
if you favor basically right in between those, it's a bit more of a catcher's mitt that's going to funnel the ball basically back to the exact same place, no matter where you hit it in a relatively large circle. It's going to the same spot,
Hmm.
18 feet from the hole where O'Meara made his putt from. And I can only think because it's not like at impact, you could obviously see that it was a bad swing, it was bad contact.
Hmm.
Like, I can only imagine that he was favoring that 5 yards right of center, trying to use that catcher's mitt. And it's
Hmm.
like, dude, he needs to be trying to hit it at the dead center of that green because if he pulls it, yeah, we don't want to go long left, obviously, but also it's not going to be that hard of a chip to just chip it onto the green and like
Hmm.
two putt it, move on with our same bogey. The up and down from the bunker isn't very difficult either, but the only goal there is to hit the green.